Grand Rising Awakened Warriors, welcome to a very special YouTube video today where I am going to be talking to Nate. Nate, welcome to the house. So glad to have you here.
Yes, sir. Very excited to be here. I'm happy I got the opportunity to come out and
absolutely
finally meet in real life.
Yes, sir. It's amazing. So Nate was one of my first coaching students when I launched this program 99 days ago on October 8th. It has been phenomenal working with him, and we're taking this opportunity to film an incredible testimonial video where we will be going over Nate's transformation in business and as a man in the last 60 days.
Yeah, just around exactly 60 now.
Exactly 60 days on the nose.
Yeah.
So it's been 2 months. Tell them how your life has changed in the last 2 months.
Yeah, so starting in November, I believe was the day that would make it 2 months. I was making like no MRR, no money in general, basically. I was just kind of like struggling to get the next deal, make the next project, edit the next video, whatever I was doing at the time. And when you came in, you got me on a call, you were like, this is what I can do for you, this is what I've done for myself, and those results spoke to me, and I was able to book on the first call, which was for $1,500, 50% of my income at the time. And I got on the call, and within the first month, I actually made the full ROI plus some. I made a total of, I think it was exactly $2,400 in that first month. So that was really impressive to me. So obviously I booked the second month, and this was just all through my online business, which has been really awesome so far.
That's amazing. And brother, let's rewind. So you mentioned, right, you were only making $3 grand a month. We had one quick, brief, informal phone call.
Yeah.
You just saw the proof, you saw the results, and you said to me, I'll never forget when I asked you how much can you invest into this to give it a shot? And you said 50% of your income. So for everyone watching this, right, that's like some of our clients sending us like 50 grand a month. They're making 100K a month. That's like 50% of your income is 50% of your income, no matter how much you're making. And you were willing to take that risk. And what would you say is the biggest takeaway so far from taking action on the first call and really investing in yourself fearlessly?
Yeah, so I've always believed in investing myself, and something I've heard a lot, surprisingly, since doing that is like you buy how you sell. So like if I wasn't willing to invest my money to gain knowledge, then no one's going to invest their money into me to gain my knowledge. So that's just how I thought about it at the time.
Exactly. I love the way you said that, brother. You truly do buy how you sell, and you've learned a lot, and you've been able to learn and execute meticulously. How much money have you made profit in the last 60 days of the mentorship?
For the full total of the 60 days, it's been $8,050. So that's increasing my MRR, like actual MRR, by a whole $3K a month. Because before I was struggling to get deals, I didn't have any reoccurring revenue, and now I've made $4K in the past 2 months. Like well done. $4K a month in the past 2 months, which is impressive.
Well done, brother. You just turned 19. You have 3K a month MRR. So you went from 0 to 3K a month MRR on the coaching program.
Yeah.
And you brought in $8,050 on the dot.
Yes, on the dot.
Awesome. And we'll just throw up all those results on the screen so everyone knows that they're 100% legitimate. The best part is, all you did to achieve that result was literally an hour and a half of coaching per month.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. So tell them about that, because some people at home, they might think, well, just an hour and a half of coaching isn't going to change my life. What would you say to that person who doesn't think that's enough time to learn?
I would say it's dumb, because it's not about how long you're on the call. It's about how much information you get and how much you actually use in your day-to-day life. Like, he could have sat me down on a call for 8 hours, gave me all the same information, and I would have got the same result. But since we really broke it down and like went concisely on an hour and a half, that's all I needed to not only like re-engineer what he was doing, but completely use all the information he gave me. And that's just how I do things usually. So
I love it. You're very analytical.
Yeah, so with the blueprint you showed me on the first call, I kind of took that, and it's completely changed everything for me. Like, I was able to completely rebrand my offer, completely have new sales techniques, and I was able to have completely different onboarding and outreach techniques, which was allowing me to actually get new leads, get new clients, and close them. That was my problem. So like, thank you for helping me do all that. It was a learning curve. I guess some people would take longer to learn it, but I learned it in like a month. So it wasn't the hardest learning curve, but I really was able to take the blueprint you gave me and actually implement it, which most people can't do. And that was the power of working with someone who's already done what you're trying to do, because all I had to do was like follow his steps and re-implant that into my business, and it skyrocketed me right away.
Absolutely. And I know we keep shaking hands, but brother, it's great to have you here. If we were just on a Zoom call like we used to be, you can't always shake hands.
No, you can't.
I love to see you thrive. I love to see you grow. And I love to see you really, with the blueprint, you've been able to attract your own leads, close your own deals, and fulfill your own products, and make over $8,000 in profit. And you've done all of this within only 2 months. How does that feel as a young 19-year-old? You just turned 19, and you're in a position that grown men in this country are not even in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm very grateful. It feels amazing. Like, I was able to really succeed what I was trying to do for a long time. Like, I was kind of just chasing my tail, trying to figure out who I'm selling to, what am I giving them, like, how am I getting these leads? So when you came in with the blueprint, I was like, oh, okay, this makes total sense. All I have to do is literally re-engineer this, and then I'll grow my business. Like, it was so simple, and I was so excited to, like, finally have a path to follow. That was the biggest part for me, like, having a genuine, like, roadmap to what I have to do. So out of the 3 blueprints you gave me over the course of our coaching time, I think the most important one for me was closing my own deals. I was having a lot of trouble, as you know, when we were on our first calls. Like, I didn't know how to run a sales call. I was kind of like, hey, your name, and then I went blank. So, like, being able to see how you do it and actually having you teach me, like, this is how you sell, and going through the, like, examples that we were doing together really helped me, like, skyrocket my sales. And not only teaching me how to sell, but, like, the psychology of how humans think helped me not only change, like, my business, but my personal life. I was able to talk to people better. I had better communication. I was communicating better in my own head. Like, everything was just expanding so fast.
Well done, brother. I'm so proud of you. And one of the best parts about what you're saying is you learning that blueprint to close all your own deals seamlessly and just onboard people and turn those sales calls into enrollment calls. Yeah. That translated into you making one of your students an ROI.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did.
So how was that for you when you actually made someone else money? I remember you called me and you're like, now I know how you feel, bro. I made him an ROI. What was that like? How did you get one of your students an ROI?
Yeah, so basically I onboarded him using the method you taught me, and over the course of the last month he's been paying me, and we were going through organic content and content creation. So I completely revamped his page and I got him onboarded, and we went through it, and he got a 4x ROI on what he paid me just off of organic content.
You got him a 4x ROI within 30 days?
Yeah.
That is new information to me. I did not know it was a 4x ROI. I knew you got him an ROI, but a 4x within 30 days off of his initial investment with you?
Yeah.
That is amazing. Can you tell them what he invested and what his ROI was?
Yeah, so he invested $100. It was on the lower ticket when I first started, and he made $400.
Cool.
So not only did he make his money back, but he actually gained money, and he was like, oh yeah, I made an ROI. He was so casual about it. And I was like, bro, let's go. Why didn't you tell me this sooner? Like, you just brought it up randomly.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's fantastic. And I do remember our first like role play sales calls when you were kind of unsure like which direction to go, like how do you lead the call, like how do you even come in presentable with a great backdrop. And yeah. I'm so glad that you came out to the mastermind. Something that I loved was I actually called you about the mastermind, and as you remember, you booked the flight before you got off the phone, which really showed me how serious you were. When you pulled up and you shook my hand and you were just a pleasure to work with, that's when we really sparked that camaraderie in real life. And then you got the opportunity to actually move out here, move in with me, and become a part of my team. Yeah. So it's really been a full scope evolution for you of going from like $3K a month on and off to now $3K a month predictable MRR, where you're not constantly headhunting for new leads every day. You have that predictable flow. What has that done for your family? Just you gaining true independence as a young man, only 19 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to completely move out of my grandparents' home, which is really awesome. I mean, it takes pressure off of their backs to have to provide for me. Now I'm hopefully building up to be able to provide for them, and like gaining enough money to actually completely provide for my family is the real goal. Like, they don't have to work. They don't need to worry about retirement checks coming in. Like, they just get money, and that's how it is.
Absolutely. They just get money, and that's how it is. I love it. Hey, well said. We were talking about that too the other day with like supporting your family and how much that means to you. And I'm so glad that I could be a positive role model in your life to aid you in that. Yeah. And it's really phenomenal. It's spectacular because I had a lot of mentors like coming up, and I still have a lot of mentors now. I don't have a mentor who made me an ROI in 60 days. No. Like, I do not have a mentor that I met, and like your guy, right? You got him a 4x ROI in 30 days. Yeah. I do not have one mentor yet that has got me that ROI in such a short amount of time. It's amazing.
So the best part I always talk about with mentorship, even to my own students, is like you're able to completely time collapse your results. So taking, for example, with me and you, like you were going for a whole decade. I was only going for a couple years, maybe like a year and a half. And you taught me everything you learned in that decade, and I was able to implement it in only 2 months. And that was like wow, I'm so refreshed. I don't have to worry about all like the bottlenecks that I'm going to face. I'm just really thankful for that.
Let's go. I love to hear that, brother. That's the true power of mentorship and the power of camaraderie, right? Because you've been working with me for a while now, 2 months. You've seen your own clients come and go. You've seen clients who are great. You've seen clients that ascend to your team members, as have I. You've seen clients where it didn't go so well, right? And you have that real perspective now to gauge how valuable it is to have like-minded connections in life and in business. What would you say to someone watching this video who's not 100% sure about my coaching program and not even sure about me and whether or not they trust me to work with me?
I mean, I would say he's a trustworthy person. I wouldn't be living in the same home if I didn't think so. And I mean, the results speak for themselves. I mean, he has multiple testimonials saying that he got them an ROI. Me personally, I got an ROI, so it's like, I could do nothing but suggest him as a coach, as a mentor, as whatever you're going to take him as. And it's just like, I mean, it would be a great investment. Yeah, so right after the first call, like right with that first hour that we did, I was like, holy shit, this is literally the best investment I've ever made in my life. Like, not only did you didn't even put this into deliverables, but you structured a whole offer for me. You made a whole offer just on your own goodwill, and I was like, oh my God, he's gonna help me so much. Like, you time collapsed everything. You made everything so easy. Like, you gave me the 3 blueprints that helped me so much, and it just made me avoid so many mistakes and made me so much money that like, I'll never need another coaching program again. And I could confidently say that this was the best choice I've made so far.
He's a true awakened warrior. Let's go. What has been the single-handed, most pivotal, life-changing moment that DRB Elite Coaching and the Awakened Warrior program has provided your life so far?
I think the best part, if we're gonna move away from like the sales side, is that giving me the time block and giving me like the system to schedule my day-to-day life, like to be optimized and to actually succeed every day. And that's been the most optimal part of the program for me.
Awesome, brother. It's so fantastic to have you on this video as a case study. Everyone watching at home, if you guys would like to message Nate and ask him any questions individually, his Instagram's right here. You guys can go shoot him a DM. DM him the word ASCEND so you know you came from the Awakened Warrior program. Nate, brother, it's an honor to have you. You know what time it is. Awakened Warrior. Let's go.
It's the outro clip.
Exactly.